What are the thoughts of the King of Ages? What would the Bible say about me if I was penned within its pages? Will its ink sing my praises or showcase my broken parts like cracks on broken faces? You see, I imagine that there'll be parables where I was in control, see, like I copied the life of Christ like a homework I never understood, or parables where I lost control, X, like Christ cutting me off the vine like an unfruitful branch. Know that I understand that there'll be days where I'll be so empty in body and mind that the only thing keeping me to the ground will be the gravity of the burden upon my shoulders. And I trust that in those days the voice of the Lord will come to me, and it would read something like, and on the 7th day, in the 7th month, in the 7th year of the reign of a king, the voice of the Lord came to me saying that, my son, be in control, my son, be in control. And I would ask, be in control, why? Be in control, why? And God would reply that, my son, be bold, for my grace will allow you to undo every mistake, that for your sake my mercy abound. So always remember that Christ died for you and you are sold. That is why I ask myself, what are the thoughts of the King of Ages? What does the Bible say about me if I was penned within its pages? What would the New Testament writers say? Well, Matthew tapped John with a mark saying, look, he acts like the Romans. Or let's sudden James receive a letter from Peter describing to the letter how I've become like the Pharisees and the Sadducees, because in matters concerning the gospel I am far at sea, and it's sad to see how I've become like a hypocrite. But when I come to church and I sing songs like, Lord, I give you my heart, I give you my soul, I live for you alone. Just on Sunday, that in many ways, any other day, I would rather do what the world says than live the Christ way. You see, I imagine somewhere in Corinthians or even Hebrews, Timothy talking to the ropes of Paul like, Rabbi, please another bedtime story. Rabbi, please another bedtime story. And Paul looking to his words would say that time will not permit me to speak of this general, somewhere between Abraham and the prophets, a man who turned the ground to his battlefield, his knees, his lips, and his words, his ammunition, prayer filled, a man that wore Christ like his king, not just the best clothes on Sunday. What are the thoughts? What will the Bible say about me that was all the Old Testament writers to see? In the Genesis, will it be my job as a Levite to assist Moses with his exodus? Or will I be with the spies doing Mission Impossible dives, looking at the giants whose head touches the sky? I've always thought about this, that if it was 1v1 me versus Goliath, will I be a sling and a stone's throw away from victory, or will I lose faith and hide behind the victory? One thing I've noticed is that it's so easy to judge. It's so easy to turn our bodies into a courtroom, our minds the judges, and our fingers the prosecutors, pointing fingers at some sins and forgetting our own Delilahs. I said it's so easy to turn our bodies into a courtroom, our minds the judges, and our fingers the prosecutors, pointing fingers at some sins and forgetting our own Delilahs. I imagine that I would be like Daniel, making prayer my daily meal, offering up intercessions and lamentations that my people will not be an easy kill. When it comes to the wire, bow down or face the fire, I hope that my lips will be able to say that, okay, I am not afraid to answer you in this matter. For even if my God is not able to save me, I know that hell is definitely hotter. But with all I have said, it's actually how the story ends that matters. When on that day we stand before God in all his glory and majesty, and Michael plays my life on his heaven's giant screen, will I look to my Father and see so much tears in his eyes, and he'll look back to me and say that, depart from me, you wicked and unfaithful servant? Or will the tears in his eyes be that of a groom looking to his bride walking down the aisle, and with his outstretched arms he would look at me and say that, my son, today you shall be with me in paradise? As I end, I want to leave you with something to think over. something to really ponder about. What are the thoughts of the kingdom? What will the Bible say about you? Yes, you. You are pen.